this notion of the peer-to-peer, which is basically the dialogos, like the story is reaching you through the warm vehicle, which is monologos nodes. Like your liminal wallet only grows through the conversations you have. That's the only way. Or like the ones you create yourself. Then there's this other broadcast, which is monologos reaching you through the code. The project also tries to kind of find the right relationship between these two. If we have a conversation and we drop nodes and exchange nodes and kind of expand our horizon together, teach each other, then at some point you could drop a node that fits perfectly to one I hold, and they form a bigger picture. They form like there's a synthesis that is more than the sum of their parts. And if that happens, we can just connect them together into a new node. They will both still exist, but there will be a new node that is kind of like the higher order truth that they both embody. This will then send out something like a broadcast to all the people that hold either of these nodes. Think about, like, there's a multitude of people holding nodes, but in another perspective, there's just a place in which people are.
The physical representation would be, we're sitting around a campfire and suddenly in our conversation, we're like we have a shared insight. And that field of shared insight would naturally be shared by everybody else who's around that campfire.
Every story is a social organism. If I basically give you a social organism, the organizing principle of that social organism, and I like to think about it very literally, like the story of Jordan basically inspires your cells to kind of conspire into incarnating the spirit of Jordan. Okay, so there's the story in the center, and then there are like all these beings that are inspired by that story to cohere, and they don't have to manipulate anything. They're just inspired to do their part, and the story basically takes care of it. And in the end, like, their dance is so much more than the sum of the parts, like one Jordan more